So we just gonna jump right on into it. So I want to start by bringing your awareness to the present moment. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. Be here, be now. Get your snacks, get your journal, get your split, get your tea, and relax, okay? Because this video is going to be about how to build your confidence, how to love yourself, a step-by-step guide, okay? So for starters, we're going to jump right in. And number one is awareness. Meet yourself first, okay? And if you're wondering, I'm reading from my Substack article. So I will put all that information in the description on how you can find these notes. But let's start. So identify the source of your insecurity. I want you to ask yourself, where did I first learn I wasn't enough? Who taught me to doubt myself? Because you got to understand, you got to become aware that the way that you feel about yourself is a condition and a program. Who made you feel like it wasn't okay to be you? Because when you peel back all of those layers, the real you is still there. The lovable, acceptable, you know? But we, especially when you know that we're pure awareness, pure consciousness, it's like, you know that the insecurities are coming from the outside world, from our parents, from society, from conditioning, from programming, you know, making us feel unworthy and less than. So you got to get to the root of that programming and reprogram that program. Okay, so here's a journal prompt for you. If I trusted myself fully, what would I stop doing? What would I start doing? If you trusted yourself, if you believed in yourself, if you was confident in who you were, knowing that there is nothing wrong with you besides the belief that it is, because you're already who you desire to be. You already have everything you desire to have. When you understand, overstand, baby, that you are God consciousness, you are God in the flesh. It's just remembering this. So we got to peel back the layers to remember. Okay. Explore what parts of yourself hide or suppress. Confidence comes from wholeness, not perfection. And that's something I used to struggle with for a lot. I mean, that's something I used to struggle with a lot, is thinking that I had to be perfect in order to be acceptable, in order to be loved, or in order to get acceptance or approval. I had to be perfect and had to get straight A's, and I had to get the car and the apartment, and I had to follow the rules, and I had to follow the structure. Until I realized I had the perfect life on paper, but I was dead inside. I was miserable because I realized that I was living for other people. I was performing for other people, being a perfectionist for other people. Okay? So let's get into number two. Number two is observe your internal dialogue. I always say your biggest enemy is your inner me. That internal dialogue, your inner critic. How are you talking to yourself? That communication, baby. It needs to be great for yourself and other people. How do you communicate with yourself? What thoughts are you entertaining about yourself due to your circumstances? Because a lot of us are in circumstances that we do not want to be in. And we telling ourselves that this means that I'm not good enough, or I'm late, I'm behind, I failed, I messed up, whatever the fuck the story that you're creating. And it's like, nah, we got to shift that. And it's knowing that everything happens for a reason. It's making peace with your past. I feel like that's what causes a lot of doubt and judgment and mistakes. I mean, doubt, judgment, guilt, and shame. We holding on to the past. I wish I coulda, shoulda, woulda. We want to blame. We hold on to the past because we need something to blame for the reason why we not where we desire to be today. Instead of taking radical self-responsibility, radical accountability. Not saying blame yourself, but it's like, okay, we're here now. What are we going to do about it? Or are we going to keep complaining and blaming the past and blaming the system and blaming our parents and blaming the matrix and blaming, pointing the finger? It's like, what role did you play in your own suffering? Because 9 times out of 10, you don't do the things you say you're going to do. That's why your self-esteem and confidence is low. You don't trust yourself because you don't follow through with the discipline, the consistency, and the devotion and accountability, baby. All right? So track your self-talk for 3 days. Know every moment you doubt yourself, you judge yourself, you shrink or play small. Replace critical thoughts with truth-based affirmations. I am learning to trust my voice. I am safe being seen. So you gotta I feel like that's something that definitely helped me along my journey with shifting the way I talk to myself and really talking to the inner child. Talking to myself like a friend, talking to myself like somebody I love, talking to myself like somebody I care about. Because we be talking to ourselves crazy in our head and we wondering why we feel the way we do. It's those thoughts, okay? It's that internal dialogue that we gotta shift, all right? So what you say to yourself becomes your identity. Self-love begins with mindful language. Your personality creates your personal reality. So I always say, in order to shift the external, you gotta shift the internal. So be mindful of how you're talking to yourself and how you're speaking over your life, baby. All right. Then we have the next step. Number 3 is create a new self-concept. That has everything to do with your identity, who you believe yourself to be. How do you think about yourself? What do you think you're capable of? Because the only limit is your mind. You the one telling yourself you can't, or you too old, or you too late, or you too whatever, XYZ. It's that belief, it's that way of thinking. Because if you remember who you are, which is God in the flesh, then you know. Infinite, limitless being, baby. Infinite possibilities. There is no bound. There are no rules. You can be anybody. You can do anything that you put your motherfucking mind to. As cliche as it sounds, it's real. That's why I love quantum physics. I've been studying quantum physics a lot. Because I'm like, whoa. We really have the power to co-create our reality. We really are in charge of our experience, and it starts with who we believe we are, our identity, okay? So define who your confident self is. Be vivid and clear. Ask yourself, if I loved myself deeply, how would I think, speak, and act, and embody that today? You don't need a prerequisite. If you're looking for permission, here it is. Here's the permission. All right. So I want you to spend time journaling. I am the version of me who trusts her voice, walk in rooms like she belongs, stop apologizing for existing. I am the version of me who believes in herself wholeheartedly. I am the version of me who is unapologetically myself, you know? Number 4, reprogram your nervous system. This is the biggest one. Because you don't feel safe in your body. You don't feel safe being you. You don't feel safe speaking up. You don't feel safe sharing your gift. You're afraid to be perceived. And all of this is due to nervous system regulation, because growing up in your childhood, you felt like it wasn't safe to be you. So, I like to visualize myself hugging my inner child, and I physically hug myself and I let myself know that I am safe to be me. I give myself permission to be me. It is safe to speak my truth. I love the Hood Healer, and she says, every time I speak up for myself, I heal my inner child. Speak up for yourself. Speak your truth. Share your gifts. Be weird, be crazy, be delusional. Be unapologetically you. Knowing that it ain't no right or wrong way to be you. But we got to regulate that nervous system and continue to feel safe being ourselves, getting out of survival mode. All right, but that's a whole nother video, a whole nother ebook on how to escape survival mode through nervous system regulation. Okay. So ways to regulate your nervous system. Breath work. So you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds. To regulate anxiety before social situations, you can do movement, yoga, dancing, Mirror work is one of my favorites. Standing in the mirror, telling myself the things I need to hear to feel confident, to love myself and accept myself. Everything I need to hear, everything I wish I heard, I tell it to myself. Okay, walk tall with your shoulders back. Place your hand on your chest and say, I am safe being myself. I feel like, because a lot of us are afraid to be perceived. We're so afraid to be misunderstood. And so we spend so much time over explaining ourselves. That comes from childhood too. But it's like, let people be wrong about you. Let people create their narratives. It's okay. That's why it's so important to be confident in who you are. So when people create their stories and their narratives, it's like, so what? It bounces off like water on a duck skin. Like, okay, that's your opinion. That's your narrative. That's your perception of me. It ain't got shit to do with me because I know who I am. Okay? Confidence isn't just a mindset. It's an embodiment frequency. You gotta embody it. You gotta feel it in your body. And the Hood Healer just made a post, an article on Substack. I have articles on Substack too. Like I said, this will be posted on Substack. But she made a comment about how if you constantly gotta say your affirmations, then it seems as if you trying to convince yourself, and there could be a deeper issue. Come on now. And I'm not editing it out. It's like these gnats want to keep. God damn. And I'm sitting here trying to act like, but no, it is what it is. I done lost my train of thought. So we just gonna move on to the next one. Okay, yeah, there you go. I remember. If you gotta constantly say your affirmations, then it seems as if you don't believe it and you gotta convince yourself of it. So we need to get to the root of why you don't believe it. Why? All right. Number 5 is heal the inner child. Heal the inner child. And I have ebooks on how to do this. I just edited, uploaded, updated my ebook on how to reparent the inner child, how to accept yourself, how to love yourself, how to be the parent that you needed. I definitely recommend that ebook for somebody that's on their healing journey, doing their shadow work, trying to navigate that space of their inner child. All right, so reparent yourself by giving your younger self the love, validation, and safety they needed. And I explain how to do that in my ebook. Mirror exercises. Look into your eyes and say, I love you, I see you, I'm proud of you, I accept you, I forgive you. I do this a lot in the mirror. I forgive myself every day. Because a lot of the times we expect ourselves to be perfect. And you're human. You are a soul having a human experience, but you're not a robot. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fuck up. It's okay. It's a part of the process. It's about how you choose to bounce back from it. What did you learn from it? Okay? So inner child letter. Write a letter to the version of you who first felt not good enough. Let them know that they are safe now. All right. Then we are on number 6 is take aligned and brave action. That's how you build confidence. Doing the things you say you're gonna do. And baby steps. A lot of us be trying to go from 0 to 100. Try to do things cold turkey, and then when we fall short, we beating ourselves up. A lot of guilt, a lot of shame. And it's like, start small. Give up one piece of meat. Whether it's pork, beef, give up one piece, give up fried food, take your steps. Take your time, baby steps. That's what I'm trying to say. Confidence is built through courageous repetition, not comfort. Do one brave thing daily. Speak your truth, post a video, say no when you mean it, and wear what makes you feel alive. I told myself today, not today, but just in general, I was like, I'm okay with being the villain if that means saying no and putting myself first. Meeting my needs first. Being who I need first instead of pouring, trying to be what everybody else want me to be, trying to perform and mask and be acceptable and be digestible. And it's like, no, enough is enough. Have the confidence to be you and love you and accept you and express your truth no matter what. That's your homework assignment for today or whenever you see this video. Is take one bold action that your higher self would do. Eliminate the fear, eliminate the doubt, eliminate whatever the fuck, the blockage, the limitation. And be you. Bet on yourself. I'm always rooting for that. You don't become confident and then take action. You take action and become confident. See, a lot of us be waiting for the right time and the perfect circumstance and the perfect moment, and it don't exist. Once you start moving, you create momentum and you gain confidence. Because people ask me all the time, how do I do it? How do you release the doubt? And how do you? I do it anyway. I show up anyway. Because my purpose is bigger than my emotions. My purpose is bigger than my mood. I was built for this. My soul signed up for this. You know? It's bigger than this little ego avatar. I have a purpose. I have a mission. And I came here to fulfill it. And that only purpose is to be me confidently, wholeheartedly. With no doubt, with no limitation. All right, number 7, set boundaries as a form of self-love. A lot of us be overgiving, oversharing, and wondering why we burnt out. It's okay to say no, but we be feeling like we're a bad person. We don't want the guilt and shame and backlash that come with it. And it's like, are you going to continue to be uncomfortable for other people? When are you going to put yourself first? Self-love is not selfish. When are you going to put your needs first? Okay? Loving yourself means protecting your energy. Ask yourself, what am I tolerating that's draining my energy? Say this out loud. I am no longer available for what diminishes my soul. I'm no longer available, baby. Let go of whatever's draining you. If it's your parents, if it's that relationship, if it's that job, let it all go. Make space. Sometimes we cling on to things that's hurting us because it's what's familiar, it's what's known, so we think it's safe and comfortable. But growth don't happen in your comfort zone. So you gotta let go. All right? We have number 8, affirm and validate yourself daily. This is a muscle that you have to build. This is a lifestyle. It takes consistency, devotion. Showing up for yourself on a daily, being there for yourself on a daily. Stop abandoning yourself for other people. Saying yeah when you really want to say no. Doom scrolling to not feel your feelings. Stop abandoning yourself. You need you. All right, so a morning mirror ritual. Look into your eyes and affirm, I love who I'm becoming. I am worthy right now, not when I prove, perfect, or earn it. You are worthy right now without the, without the approval, without the performance, without being perfect, without being healed, without having it all figured out. You're worthy right now because you exist. It's how you treat yourself, how you treat other people, how you show up for you. True value and worth comes from within you. Can't nobody tell you your worth or your value. It's what you believe it to be. When you embodying the God within, baby, when you are aligning with source, remembering who the fuck you are, that's what makes you worthy. Not just sitting around doing nothing, scrolling on social media, and then you see a video that say you're worthy because you exist. Nah, baby. You worthy when you embody the God within. You're worthy when you do the work to unprogram the program and align with being your highest, best self. I feel like too many of us are looking for excuses to be our worst selves. Blaming our circumstances, our past, our childhood, the system, the matrix. It's too many resources out here to still be blaming and pointing the finger and not being where you desire to be. I'm just being real. It's too many resources out here at this point. Celebrate small wins every day. This builds inner trust and evidence. All right, we are on number 9. Love your flaws plus own your power. Embracing yourself fully. Like I said, it's not about perfection. It's about accepting your shadow, integrating your shadow, loving yourself for who you are, accepting yourself fully. Accepting yourself fully. Because no amount of accomplishments can make up for the lack of self-acceptance. So if you don't accept yourself and love yourself, you're going to always have goals and accomplishments, businesses, degrees, certifications. Trying to earn that worthiness. Trying to prove that you're enough. When you simply just need to accept who you are, where you are, knowing that you're growing, you're becoming. There's nothing to prove to anybody but you. You don't even have to prove yourself to God. You are loved as you are. But like I said, that's not an excuse. Come on now. But like I said, that's not an excuse to be the worst version of yourself. Because I got this smoothie right here, and I'm sure that's where these gnats coming from. And I got hella fruit on the counter. So it's just like, fruit flies. If y'all know a remedy to get rid of fruit flies, please let me know in the comments. Because I'm just like, and I was really trying to ignore it because I'm just like, I don't want this to ruin my video, and then people are going to think, and people are going to, and I had to check myself, who gives a fuck? Create whatever narrative you want to create. Self-love isn't just liking the pretty parts. It's holding space for the messy parts too, baby. I'm not perfect. Reframe flaws as soul signatures. So instead of saying I'm sensitive, say I'm deeply empathetic. Instead of saying I'm loud, I am a magnetic presence. Instead of saying I'm awkward, I am authentic and real. It's shifting the language, the perspective, reprogram the program, baby. Embrace yourself. It's like when I understand that God created me, God broke himself off. I'm a fracture of God. And it's just like God wanted to know what it's like to be Takia. So let me accept Takia, love Takia, and be Takia to the fullest. All right. Number 10, surround yourself with soul expanding energy. Audit your environment. Who are you hanging around? Are these people inspiring you to be confident and love yourself and develop, align with the vision, embodying the God within? It's time to audit the environment, even down to your phone. Whatever you feed in your brain, whatever you watching, is being mindful of that. Audit your environment. Who affirms you? Who damns you? Align with people who speak life into your truth and hold you in greatness. Curate your online world. Follow people who inspire your confidence, not comparison. Because I'm not the type to be like, just cut off social media. Fuck no. Just make sure your algorithm is in alignment with who you desire to be. Like, follow people you look up to. Follow people that's living the life that you desire to live. Or follow people that's confident, that's inspiring you. You get what I'm saying? Instead of people, we gotta eliminate comparison. Because I always say, you're never late or behind when you focus on your own lane. You start to feel a little shitty when you start to compare yourself. Like, damn, they on chapter 30 and they younger than me and I'm on chapter 2. It's like, so what? You don't know the support or the lack of support. You don't know the story behind the picture on the internet. So just focus on your lane. You're never late or behind in your lane. There's no competition in your lane because there's only one of you. There's only one of you. All right. So number 11, I think that's the last one. Number 11 is the last one. And then I'm going to get into a quick little reading. And then we're going to wrap that on up. So number 11 is keep choosing yourself. Keep showing up for yourself every day. Keep being there for you. I made that commitment. Even when I feel like I want to run, scream, and sabotage. And I'm just like, nope, I'm not abandoning me. I'm going to be here no matter what. And I'm going to keep showing up no matter what. It's like when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you start making excuses and you do the work and you show up. The mirror work, the journaling. Get into the root of why you don't love yourself. Who made you feel like it wasn't okay to be you? Who made you feel like it wasn't safe to be you? Let's get to the root of that. Why aren't you confident in yourself? Why don't you love yourself? What would loving yourself look like? What would the confident version of yourself look like? What action can I take today to align with that, to embody that? What does loving me even mean? Let's sit with that. All right, so self-love is a daily commitment, not a finish line. It's a lifestyle, baby. It's a muscle that you have to build. All right, so ask yourself often, what would someone who loved themselves do? Keep showing up even on the hard days, especially on the hard days. Okay, so by the time I post this video, I'll have this Substack posted on my I have this article posted on my Substack by the time I upload this video. Let's get into this read. And I have a new deck. But from this card we have ground into the physical world. Paying attention to and managing the practical details of earthly life encourages mystical attunement. Create financial security. Stabilize your work and living situation, or nail down any other aspects of your earthly life within your control. This establishes a strong foundation for your psychic abilities. Stay on top of your responsibilities, because a lot of us get caught up in the spiritual world and we forget the physical. We're not doing the physical work it takes to level us up. We so stuck on the reading and burning the sage and the crystals, and it's like, what about the aligned action? The creativity, the studying, the reading. Because you can read the books and watch the videos, but it's like, are you applying the knowledge? Are you applying the knowledge? How much time are you spending in your desired reality? How much time are you meditating for real? How much time are you expressing your gift and sharpening your skills? The physical work. Making sure your external match who you think you are, vibrationally and spiritually. Do your habits align? Do your actions align? Do your lifestyle align? Let's see. Yeah, get organized. Then we have Council of Light. Divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realm. Spirit is helping you all around. Because I feel like, honestly, that's something I wanted to say. It's a lot of people, it's less woke and broke, because we argue more about flat earth and round earth than actually getting into alignment and remembering who we are, mastering our mind, mastering our emotions, not running from ourselves, facing our past, facing our shadow. It's like, are we doing the work, or are we just an spiritual ego, wearing the costume and belittling people because they not vegan, they don't wear crystals, and they don't have the altar and the candle magic and the vision board? What good is all of that if you can't master your emotions and master your mind to align with your desired reality? It's like, are you really living the life that your soul craves, or are you performing spirituality because it's trendy and you think it's the cheat code, it's the quick fix, it's the easy way? Let's get real. Because faith and finance go hand in hand. So for you to be claiming that you're spiritual and God is within, your lifestyle should reflect that. Your business should reflect that. Your confidence should reflect that. Your embodiment should reflect that. All right, the next card we have, you're already doing it. I feel like this is for me. This was definitely Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true North Star. You're already on the path. You're already doing it, but you're doubting yourself because you're looking for reality to give you proof, evidence, and results. But if you understand the power of your mind and imagination, you know that once you command it, once you know it, once you believe it, once you move like it wholeheartedly, reality is going to catch up. So stop looking at reality for confirmation, for evidence, for proof of what you know. You're God in the flesh. Stop giving your power away to the outside, baby. And the last card that we have, Star Mother. How are you mothering yourself? It goes hand in hand with your confidence and your self-love. Are you really showing up for yourself? Are you really devoted? Are you really consistent? Are you really accountable? Are we doing the work for real? Or are we just performing it? Selling the work, trying to change our lives instead of doing the work to change our lives. That was the That's what I had to learn. Because when I first started my journey, it was a performance for me, a spiritual costume for me. I'm like, let me just check off the box. This is what spiritual people do. So let me just do the things. It's like we treat it like a religion. Okay, I got the crystals and I'm vegan and I'm making my smoothie and I'm grounding outside. And I'm like, but I'm not seeing results. Oh, because emotional intelligence, emotional regulation, nervous system regulation, shifting my identity and self-concept. Oh, that ain't got shit to do with grounding outside, arguing with people about flat earth and round earth, arguing with Christians about where God is. None of that shit matter for real, yo. Let's get it together. Let's level up. All right, let me pull from this deck. And then we're gonna wrap it on up. Let me see. Cause yeah, I had to learn that shit. I was definitely performing spirituality until I got sick and tired of being sick and tired of my life going in the merry-go-round. And I'm like, okay, Takia, we gotta sit still. We gotta meditate. We gotta master our mind. We gotta tame the monkey mind. We gotta get it together. And I'm like, yeah. And the proof is in the pudding. Last month was one of my best months in my business. When I started believing in myself and really doing the work and regulating my nervous system and really embodying the God within and acting like it and moving like I know it's inevitable. It's about my confidence and conviction and clarity and focus. Because you can't fake it. You can't outwork your energy. You can't outwork your frequency. You can't outwork your nervous system, who you believe you are to be, what you feel safe having. Because your mind can be saying abundance, 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 and wealth, but your nervous system is still in survival mode, lack, scarcity. So it's like our nervous system is literally repelling the very thing that we're asking for. And we don't even know it. You know now. All right, next we have grief. The old version of you must die, baby. The old version of you must die. The version of you that's full of doubt, guilt, insecurity, shame. Let all that go. That's just a story and a narrative you no longer have to believe and speak anymore. You can change the record. We keep the same broken record on mentally, the same narrative of who we think we are, and we wondering why we're not changing. Change the record. Change the narrative, change the character, change the self-concept. Change who you believe yourself to be. And you gotta grieve the old version of you. All right, so tears are what happens when the ice in the heart melts. And I was watching this video of Bashar, and he was explaining how tears is our way of releasing limiting beliefs. Like, this is how you know that the old you and the old ways and the old beliefs are releasing. So stop seeing crying as something bad, or it means that you're failing, or it means that it's not working. No, crying is a purge. Crying is a release. Crying is making space. Think about the 7, 10, 15-year-old version of you that didn't understand what they was going through, and they just had to shut up and be quiet. So you got to sit with those feelings and allow that to be processed and allow that to be released. All right, sacrifice. Sacrifice those limiting beliefs. Sacrifice those addictions. Sacrifice your habits. Okay? Sometimes surrender is painful. God is cutting away all things that needs to go. Your illusions, your obsessions, your addictions. It's a sacrifice to love. What are you holding on to that's no longer serving you? It can be those limiting beliefs. The doubt, the fear, the insecurity. What are you holding on to that's no longer serving you? That relationship, that job. What are we holding on to that's no longer serving us? It's time to let it go. And it's time to love us. And it's time to show up fully. And it's time to be here for us. Okay? And that's what I help people do, like I said. I have my ebooks on how to love yourself, how to reparent your inner child, how to align with your purpose, how to escape survival mode. I have the ebooks, I have the resources. It's just, are you willing to invest in yourself? Do you see yourself as someone worth investing in? Do you see yourself as someone worth going hard for? You can go hard for that job. You can go hard for that dick appointment. We can go hard for everything else. But what about you? Locking in with your vision. 10 toes down. all eggs in one basket. Because if it don't work out, and I don't even have that mentality, it's going to work out. But if it don't, I can always get more eggs and another basket. I'm abundant. I'm God in the flesh. There's more than enough. I can create whatever I desire to create. So I'm going to put my all into this. Put your all into you because you deserve it and you know it. I'm just here to help you remember it. So with that being said, I want you to live your life loving yourself first. And I'll see y'all in the next video.